Kenny and Melissa Simpson never dreamed how precious this cell phone video would be. Their 3 boys just enjoying life. It's the last video they have of their youngest son, Logan.
I think about him all the time and think about funny stuff that he said.
On May 16, 2011, about a week before the end of the school year, 6-year-old Logan Simpson was on a field trip with other students from the Carlisle County School District. On the way back on Highway 62, something went horribly wrong.
I was the first trooper on the scene when I got there, and the bus was on its side off in a ravine.
A scene that still haunts him to this day.
And I remember while I was standing there, 2 helicopters circling over my head, and it felt like something you'd see in a movie.
Thomas Clifton, a Kentucky State Trooper at the time, looked inside the bus and saw Logan Simpson's lifeless body. When Logan's father showed up on the scene, Clifton delivered the heartbreaking news.
That was probably the worst news I have ever had anyone tell me in my entire life.
There were moments when I would think, why was it my child? Then I would think, well, that's just so selfish of me. I'm thankful that no one else is going through this.
The Simpsons say faith and community held them together.
God got me through it, or I would have just lost it completely, because I didn't want to live after that.
They had a hard time understanding how this could happen.
There were children on the bus that were injured, broken wrists, chipped teeth.
They were just thrown
around like rag dolls on the bus.
The driver, Anita Roach, was injured but survived. She was charged and found guilty of reckless homicide.
What happens when you see a school bus driving down the road?
I immediately go back to that day in May. I haven't seen a school bus since then. I don't think about climbing on the bus with Logan.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, school buses are one of the safest modes of transportation in the United States. Statistics show, on average, 6 school-aged children die every year in school bus crashes. The numbers might seem low to you, but to the Simpsons?
If you ask me if the school bus is the safest mode of transportation for school-aged children, I have to say no.
Right now, there are 6 states that require seatbelts on school buses. You can see none in our area. The Simpsons, though, do have the attention of at least one local lawmaker who is getting the conversation started. But seatbelts could be a tough sell.
How are you going to know that the senior boy back here has got a seatbelt on?
Right. Daryl Sullivan, Transportation Director for the Ballard County School District. He believes it won't be long before all states require seatbelts.
I think in the coming years we're probably going to see them on school buses.
But he has many concerns, like what if there's a fire?
A water accident where you needed to evacuate quickly could be another type of accident that would be hard to handle if everybody was belted in.
The National Education Association also suggests students could use the belts as weapons, further saying buses are safer without seatbelts.
There's nothing keeping them in the seat should it start side to side or should it start to roll over.
School bus seats are designed to protect students mainly from front or rear end collisions.
But there is no protection if the bus does turn over.
Which is what happened the day 6-year-old Logan Simpson died.
The occupants of the bus, with the exception of the driver, were like clothes in a dryer. 6 to 8 kids a year lose their life on average on school buses. In reality, you go talk to those 6 to 8 families that lost a kid, the statistics aren't worth all that much.
In fact, the administrator with the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration agrees.
And why is it that that particular environment doesn't have seat belts?
This past fall, he said the goal, 3-point belts on every child on every bus.
I know we'll never really truly ever know, but do you think a seatbelt would have saved Logan?
Absolutely. The fatal and severe injuries that happened on the bus that day, a seatbelt would have prevented.
For the Simpsons, the pain is just as raw today as it was nearly 5 years ago.
It's like time stops. And then one day when you don't realize it, you laugh, and then you feel guilty for it.
When you talk about the Simpsons and you talk about those people, it's not numbers anymore. When it happens right here at home, it's not just a number, it's people, and it's a problem.
Something the Simpsons hope all parents, school leaders, and lawmakers consider.
I couldn't stand the thought of someone else going through that.
And you don't want to see it happen again?
No, I do not. I want to do everything I can do to make sure this doesn't happen again.